It's really a great opportunity because I haven't spent a ton of time in this particular part of Paraguay. The thing that immediately jumps out to me is that it's really breezy and really beautifully hilly. It's more like being somewhere in, I don't know, some part of Europe. This project that I've come up to check out, when I first rocked up, I thought, what on earth is it? But as it turns out, a lot of that structure around it is the scaffolding. And within that are 3 supportive metal arches. And on that will be a network of bamboo poles that will support the roof. There's a ton of expertise and thought and planning gone into the design. It's being constructed to some pretty exacting standards. So although these kind of builds can look kind of sometimes a bit like what on earth is going on there, there's a lot of real planning and technology behind the design. And it comes out to what will be like an infinity pool, which is just going to be magnificent. So I assume when it's done, it's going to look maybe a little bit reminiscent of a bamboo opera house of sorts. I don't know how it's going to be finished off at the front there. I assume perhaps with glass or something, I'm not sure. But the whole vista will be out to here, looking over these beautiful rolling hills. So it's pretty exciting to imagine how it's going to end up. Niko's been working on this for several weeks and has a local team, I understand, who he's brought up to speed with the way these things work. He was telling me that when he first started the project, the guys here were looking at him a bit sideways because he's working with bamboo, and it's something that is still kind of finding its way back into the reality of building here. But Niko has shaped the team and really taught them the value of it. And I think he's probably going to end up with a crew of very skilled and motivated guys, because once this is finished, it's going to be really special. And I think they will be rightfully proud of it. And there's a few things about the way that they're doing this that you're unlikely to see anywhere else. It's really quite an innovative system. In the bamboo poles, they've actually incorporated rebar and cement. And those lengths of rebar are then welded onto this cement structure, because there is corresponding metal points where that rebar is welded onto. So it's a hybrid building, really, utilising modern materials with the traditional bamboo, which has been properly treated and prepared and carefully selected. I've seen some footage of the selection process of the bamboo, and it's really quite a precise process where they've selected very consistent lengths and thicknesses of bamboo. So the structure will be very uniformly strong, and I imagine will be here for many, many years. Is an astonishingly strong structure, and if it is the type of arch I'm thinking it is, it's a kind of arch that can stand on its own merits. And in the US, there's actually a monument that's a single arch of that type, and it's just self-supporting. And I've studied a bit about that kind of arch technique. I understand Gaudi in Spain really championed that kind of design, and the arch is achieved by simply hanging a chain upside down, and it's the natural shape of a chain that's hanging that creates that shape. It's quite fascinating that the type of arch that's created by a naturally hanging piece of chain can be the type of structure that can self-support, can stand in its own right. And it kind of makes you wonder that perhaps there's some sort of intelligent design behind what appears to be random shapes, but that's another story. But there you go, something really unique that you won't see very often in the Paraguayan countryside. For us personally, we enjoy the location of where we are because it's so much closer to Asuncion, which we value, but that's not on everyone's wish list. And if you wanted somewhere that had these kind of characteristics in terms of the terrain, together with this really lovely breeze, and as I understand, a really cool, eclectic community of foreigners and the local Paraguayan community, well, this could be a place to check out, I guess. And that's what it's all about when you come to a place like Paraguay. You've got to find the place that best suits you and weigh up all of the different things that find their way on your checklist. And interestingly, this is the earth wall that was constructed over there that's part of the bathroom. And it's a stabilised earth. I understand it has 10 parts dirt to 1 part cement, and it's been formed by way of bamboo poles on the outside that have created the form that they then poured that down into. But what's interesting about that kind of structure is that for a minimum of cement, it's created something super hard and useful. So I think it goes to show that sometimes we use far more material in our products that perhaps we need to. And maybe that's got something to do with the economic imperatives of the people that are pushing that on us. But the bottom line is, you can build something with a fraction of the conventional materials and what you would need and come up with a stunning result. And when you look at something like this, it's made from bamboo that's just been growing somewhere wild in a field. And as soon as it's chopped down, there's more growing in its place. So it's such a sustainable product with characteristics that are unrivaled in any other building product that is sitting on the shelves of the big box hardware stores. And I just think to myself, in the place where I used to do a bit of building, the cost of, say, a length of treated timber like these ones hanging off here, well, you'd probably have to, think about upping your overdraft or getting a second mortgage by the time you build a structure like that out of conventional treated timber. So this is kind of the sort of stuff that I think makes bamboo really exciting and viable. Niko's ran a few bamboo workshops that we've attended. We went to one the other day that we built all different types of furniture and different utensils and all sorts of things. And the next workshop that is in the planning is a natural construction workshop where we'll work with bamboo and earth and other materials to build something cool. And as I think about our project that we have in Atira, I'm busily thinking about what we're going to do there, and it's really exciting. And the wonderful thing is that we're only limited by our imagination. We can access these materials for an incredibly modest cost, come up with a good design and just go for it. And at the end of it, we'll have built something, I believe, that will be beautiful, functionally efficient, and incredibly cheap. And in amongst all that, you haven't had a single Poindexter with a clipboard telling you all the many reasons why it doesn't comply or any such nonsense. So one of the many reasons why I love living in a place like Paraguay.
Okay, this is our plant of transform, like when we harvest, we use this zone to clean the bamboo. We make a holes inside, so then we put in this pool that have acid boric and salt of borax. 96% of water and 2% of acid boric and 2% of salt of borax. And then we left cover 5 days.
Yeah.
So then when we take all the cover, we put in this thing to all the liquid goes again to the pool, and then we put there to dry, and in the night we cover again. And now these are two brothers, Lorenzo and Eladio. I talked with him about give it the knowledge to harvest, to clean the bamboo, to take, and then we took all the bamboos here, and then he started to make all the process in this place. And now we have 500 poles that we take in around of here, less than 5 kilometers. And with that material, we are building the other thing that you saw.
Okay.
And the idea is to start to produce more materials to other construction or other projects. We are working with Tecoja Arquitectos. He's from Ramiro Meyer, that he gave to me the possibility to design all this. And together we are making like all the process and start to using the poles in her projects. And we want to do things like the thing that we are doing with your roof, to start to use our work with different projects, and to put the bamboos in different places in Paraguay, but with a guarantee that you're gonna buy a pole that has a property handling and cure, so you never gonna have problems of bugs or different problems that the bamboo traditional maybe can go to that problem.
Yeah, so what you're doing is you are essentially copying the industrialized model in a good way. You are standardizing the product, making it such that the qualities, properties, and strength of it is pretty much systematic, so that you can build with confidence.
Systematic, like put the system to something that is really rudimentary, like the bamboo, like all, like this guy. Oh, bamboo, what do you want bamboo? And then I want bamboo. And then they start to see all the process and see the things that we are building. Wow, we can do all with bamboo. And then he started to change the values, and the neighbors around came to us like, would you like bamboo? We have bamboo. I see that you know about the bamboo. So we try to make a system to harvest, to clean it, to cure, and to stock, and to start to use. So I took from different places that I watching internet, seeing paper, study, talk with Ramiro, that is an architect that 14 years ago, he told me one day we're gonna make a bamboo project. And now we have the opportunity, and then we talk with him, look, we can make a system to produce the material that we want for that project and for other projects in the future. And to put people like this kind of people around the values inside of that he can work with bamboo and he can have works and have dignity to the bamboo and to her efforts. Yeah, now we start with the Guadua chacoensis, that is the native bamboo from Paraguay. We are starting to harvest different species, but focus in the natives.
Right.
Because around this zone of Colonia Independencia, there is a lot of Guadua chacoensis. If you see around, there is in the view that little leaves there, if you see, are the chacoensis. So we are putting focus in that, but we can harvest different kinds. But the most volume or quantity that we have around is the native bamboo from here. And we saw that is the best to do, like the project that Ramiro on Tecoja want to develop.
Okay.
And we make like people things like this of this have 5 meters, and you can work with human, you don't need, so it's really rough, have a lot of resistance, and it's so light. And we are searching all around like the Guadua chacoensis to work with that.
And what's really cool when you rock up to a building site is you're not only building with it, but you are using it for your scaffolding and other uses. So you just got to pick up that bamboo and just work out how to use it for that application. Such a wonderful, flexible material.
The idea of the first project that we are making here, all the structure of the roof, it's gonna be of bamboo. And all the inside things, it's gonna be of bamboo. Like we're gonna use not only for structure, that's for little things like the bed or the tables, the chairs. So the idea is that you can go inside around a big roof with bamboo, and all the furniture around is from bamboo. And if you go outside, you can see the bamboo from where we take out all this. So it's like an integrate, like to build all around the bamboo.
Yeah. So just a question, a bit of a random one. This species of bamboo, if I planted it from the start, how long would it be before it matured to the stage where I could build like you're building now?
Well, that is a really good question, because the Guadua chacoensis doesn't have a system of reproduction like if you can take a piece and put in the earth and start to grow. The statistic is really bad if you want to do that kind of reproduction. You need the seed, but this species gives seeds just one time between 25 and 30 years. So if you don't take the seed in that moment, you don't gonna take the seed never in 25 or 30 years. But a pole that you can use from the start to grow and give a reason pole, maybe 8 years. We are harvest poles that have maybe 15, 20 years around this zone. But there is a problem with Guadua chacoensis that you can reproduce without her seed. So you need the seed because it's the only way to reproduce. For that, it's really important to use in this cycle, because maybe in 10 years, on 12 years, start to flowering to make the seed, and to dry everything. In Paraguay, there is no many people that talk about that we have the best bamboo in the world.
No.
And if you have money, or like you say, you have a land and you want to make something in your property, and around your property you have bamboo, you can start to making all that process. So you're gonna start to have the material for building in your property, and then you can start to sell material to think in the future, not only for us, for our children.
Yeah.
So the bamboo is gonna be there always.
See.
It's gonna flower in, seeds, dry, start again, and we in 30 years, I don't know what is gonna be my future, but the bamboo is gonna start again.
Yeah.
Start again.
Okay, man. Thanks again, buddy.
Thank
You're the
you.
man. Until next time, take care. Ciao.
Dicen que eres lo último que se pierde, aunque a veces me cuesta encontrarte. Eres la sensación de fe que las cosas van a salir bien.